What's up, guys? Doing a review real quick on the Mighty Ducks trilogy. Spoiler alert, for those of you who have not seen any of these films, I highly recommend it. It's one of those films that I loved as a child, I loved as a teenager, and I still love them now. I even got my son into those films. It's also one of these uh, rare incidents where I think the first one is good, but I prefer part two and three over it. That's just my opinion. It's out there. That's my opinion. Yeah, the first one, it's good. You know, Gordon Bombay has to coach the Pee Wee Hockey League and everything for a thing that he did against the law, drinking and driving. But anyway, it's good. I like seeing how he goes up against his old coach. That was a major dig to him when he was part of the Hawks. It's good. One of the main things I like the least out of this film, out of all three, is just the kids and the maturity level. They're just little elementary school kids. So it's like I said, it's good. I'm not saying The Mighty Ducks is not a good movie. I'm not saying that at all. I will say this though, and I thought this was interesting. I did not find this out until after I bought it on Blu-ray. At the very end of the first Mighty Ducks, when he gets on the Greyhound bus and he says, "All right, Ducks, remember, no matter what happens, I'll see the playoffs. We have a title to defend." Well, on the VHS and DVD I had, it started playing the Queen songs, "We Will Rock You." Well, this one on Blu-ray actually plays a different song that I've never heard of before. So I'm like, what the hell? So I Googled it. Apparently, there were different versions of a song, copyright issues or whatever, that they chose to play for the end of the first Mighty Ducks. I don't know why this version made it on Blu-ray, but I'm just letting you guys know. So for those of you that own it on Blu-ray, you're not crazy. Moving on to part two. Part two is my favorite. That is my favorite out of the entire trilogy. You know, the whole, it's knuckle puck time. The kids are now teenagers, actually have met puberty, going through puberty, taller. There's more to me, like so-called fights, whatever. One of my favorite scenes in that movie is when it's coach against coach on the ice. And Gordon Bombay goes just one-on-one against the Vikings, if that was their name. Iceland coach, the douchebag. But anyway, that was awesome. They also get the new uniforms towards the end. So there is two small complaints I have, and it's out of all three movies. I think it's very stupid that out of all three movies, their final team they always go against, no matter what they're called, they always are taller and they always have black jerseys. I don't know what it is about the black jerseys, but they just do. The other thing I thought, and this goes to part two, which I thought was really stupid and cheap, is yes, the Ducks in the end, they're playing their hearts out, and they're just getting their ass kicked. They're getting their ass kicked. And what does it take? It doesn't take a miracle. It doesn't take an extra player coming in. All it takes is them getting new jerseys. And when they get new jerseys in the locker room, they play like a completely different team. And I thought that was cheap. But, hear me out. D2 Mighty Ducks, I still freaking love. Now, going on to the third one. First time I saw the third one, I was in middle school. We were on the Greyhound bus going to Chattanooga for the week. I remember this bus had some TV screens and VCRs. It's the first time I ever saw The Mighty Ducks 3. And I was like, yeah. That's all I thought of it. I was, eh. Then I got it on DVD when I was in my 20s, and I said, this was actually pretty dang good. And then when I got on Blu-ray, I watched it. And I watched it again the next day. I'm like, man, this shit is deep. I mean, one of my biggest flaws in the movie is, Emilio Estevez is not their coach. He still has a role, but he's not their coach. But it makes you miss Emilio Estevez that much more. But that movie, man, there's just so much. It's just, there's someone passes away, and it's just real emotional, and it's so good. It's so good, and so many people they hate this film, and I don't know why. One of my favorite line that their new coach says in the movie is he grabs the puck and he says, teach him about defense and offense. He says, it's super easy to have the confidence when you're ahead, when you're scoring the points, when you got the puck in your hand. But when you lose the puck, he said, and you have that, I'm changing the words up, guys. It's not exact. He said, the whole battle is you need to keep that confidence, even if you don't have that puck. It's super easy, like he said, it's super easy to have that confidence when you have the puck. But when you don't have the puck, you got to hold on to the confidence. He said, and that's a life lesson, and it is. Like Rocky said in Rocky 6, the world is a very, very nasty, evil, cruel place, and no matter how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanent if you let it. Facts of life. Now, one of my favorite scenes in D3, The Mighty Ducks, is they play their first team, which is a nobody. And the Ducks start to cream them. I can't remember the exact score, guys, but I mean, it's like the last quarter. And even the radio announcer is like, the Ducks are this far ahead, such and such to 0. Well, this is a short game, and we're about to call it a night. And I'm like, okay, so the Ducks are whooping these guys' asses. They're not even doing nothing. And even one of the Duck guys goes up, and they got the puck, and he goes, relax, dude, it's over. Well, as soon as he says that, it's like they're playing a completely different team. They're blocking all shots the Ducks make. And this is like the last quarter of the game. This is not even halftime, guys. They block all the shots. And they start scoring. From a team that had 0, now ends up tying the Ducks on the last quarter. Yeah, that was that was tense. Anyway, guys, that was my opinion and thought on the Mighty Duck trilogy. A lot of people think it's overrated and it's a stupid kids movie. I do not. I love this movie, and I'd have to say it's probably my favorite hockey movie. So for those who haven't seen it, give it a whirl. The Mighty Ducks. That is definitely my favorite movie with Emilio Estevez. So, I am the movie nerd 85. And with that being said, quack, 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 quack.